Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Well, Steve, as a bald man, I know that there are many questions that need to be answered for you. And one...
Who's bald in this room? Not me.
Oh, not you?
No. I got hair. Look at all that hair.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's all over my head.
I forgot about that. Boy, I turned around and there it was.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be weird if all of a sudden I just, like, one day did get hair implants and just showed up with a full head of hair?
It'd be fantastic.
I think it'd be better if you just wear, like, the old school toupees.
Yeah.
The comb over.
Like my Uncle Junior.
Yeah. Oh, do it.
Oh, my gosh. He had the ones with the snaps. So he had the snaps glued into his head.
Oh.
So then the toupee would snap into the it was basically like a little snap buckle.
Oh, because it would be more wind resistant, right?
Absolutely. It gets windy in Brooklyn, yo.
Yeah. Oh, man, snaps in your head.
Yeah.
And if you ever pull them out too much, I would think.
Dude, I was the last to know. I thought he had a full head of hair until I was somewhat like a teen. And my dad finally was like, nobody in my family has hair. Like my father doesn't. I don't. You thought Uncle Junior, all of a sudden, he just grew beautiful hair? I'm like, yeah. Looked good enough to me.
Uncle June.
And then my dad was like, look at it. Just like, look at it. So the next time he came over, I looked at it. I was like, oh, boy.
Yeah.
How stupid was I? Yeah. This is so fake.
Yeah. See, but if no one tells you it's fake, you really got to be alert to that kind of thing.
Looked good to me.
Yeah. And it looked good to Uncle June.
Yeah, Uncle Junior loved it.
Yeah. Well, for the rest of you that decide, you know what, bald is beautiful.
Yes.
There's been a question, and that is there a possibility that you could stick a toilet plunger onto your head and walk around with it? I mean, we've all had that question.
I wonder that every day.
You've never tried?
No.
Not even at the store when they're clean?
No, I never thought to try.
I think that it's funny that Vicky's like, well, why wouldn't you do this?
Right. If you have a bald head, I try to shoot a Nerf gun at it and see if it would stick to your head.
Well, I mean, I've had suction cups, and I do like seeing if those will stick to my head.
Okay.
But
close enough.
I never thought to take a plunger while I'm at Home Depot or at Bed Bath & Beyond and say, let me see if this sticks. I definitely wouldn't try it at home. I know where that thing's been.
Gosh, right?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You want to go to Home Depot today?
All right, sure, let's do it.
All right, Vicky wants to do a video of putting a plunger on your head. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be the first video. Girls beat you both to it.
Damn it.
She's posted a video where, indeed, that's what she did. She stuck a toilet plunger onto her boyfriend's head. They were walking down the aisle of a grocery store. And, of course, the big question is, will it work? Would it stick? The answer is a resounding yes. Wow.
Yeah. I love her laugh.
Yeah, her laugh is great. And he's sitting there going, this is great. This is my life. And for a while, it took him a while to get it off his head.
It looks like he's having a good time with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It is stuck on his head for a second.
Well, that is the whole idea of suction, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Damn, dude.
But he's got the full bicked head.
Yeah.
I wonder if with the little stubble, if that's going to make a problem.
Oh, that's a good point.
I do like that he was going after her face after he was done having it plunged to his head.
Well, yeah, that's payback right there.
Would you call that relationship goals? To be able to walk around a store and have your significant other just take a plunger to your head?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're in a good relationship if, in fact, both sides can have a good time with that.
I like how some people have photoshopped hair on the guy's head. For what reason, I don't know, but it's hilarious.
Oh, yeah. He looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Gotta love the internets.
And that pop was actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was pretty loud.
That was a good pop.
I can't do it.
Oh, yeah? Well, we'll have to get a plunger.
Okay.
So you can recreate the real thing.
Vicky's going to go today.
Are you getting one today, Vic?
Well, I can if you actually are going to let me do it. I don't want to spend my money on something I'm not going to be able to use.
Steve?
No, I have no problem with you putting a plunger on my head.
Okay.
I wonder if it's going to leave a mark like a hickey on your head.
Oh, gosh, right?
That'll be a weird conversation with my wife later.
Head hickey.
Like, babe, I decided to do that whole cupping trend, but I did it on my head instead of my back.
Oh, right, yeah, the cupping. That's pretty much what you're doing to your head. You're right.
Now you got to get like a plunger like this guy had.
Okay.
Oh, we're not going to get a bigger one?
I think the bigger one won't work. There's too much. Then there'll be too much air pockets.
Have you seen the size of your head, really?
Oh, it's a mutant-sized head. I get that.
I think the big one will be just fine. Well,
Fine.
Get the little one just in case, Vicky.
Yeah, medium. A medium.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Do they make medium plungers?
Let's see if we can get you a medium.
And make sure it's new.
I will make sure it's new.
please,
I'm not that
Vicky.
mean. Somebody else is going to have to do it, though. I can't reach his head.
All right, well, somebody else can do it. That's fine.
Or I'll have you stand on the table.
Okay, yes.
Okay, that's a video. Let's see Vicky standing on a table putting a plunger on your head. That's our next viral hit. We'll have you hold a bag of Sun Chips just to be sure it'll be good.
I'll put it on my Facebook, and I'll nonchalantly just tag Sun Chips.
Yeah.
Like I did last time, and I bet we'll get 11 million views.
I think that's, what's better than getting Sun Chips? Sun Chips with a plunger on your head.
Plunger head.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. This woman, her name is Kayla Cooper, and she left a car dealership in San Diego. And she left in tears last Tuesday because she needed a car for work and couldn't afford one. But then this random dude by the name of Dan, he was there buying a Beamer.
And
nice. Yeah.
Attaboy.
Yeah, good for him.
Going high end.
So he overheard the whole thing where she couldn't afford the car and she was teary-eyed about the whole thing.
Yeah, I guess they were like the financing company wouldn't finance her. So, of course, the dealership was like, we're sorry, we have nothing we can do for you.
So he decided, you know what, I'm going to trade in my Toyota Scion to get this BMW, but I think she needs it more than I do. And so he decided to make a move.
Well, when I was doing my transaction, she was like in the table next to me, talking to the salesperson. I can kind of tell she wasn't getting what she was there for. She was already, a few miles away, so she turned around and then came back and, just signed it over. It gives her a little bit of a jump start in life, which, if everybody did that for everybody else, it would be, a much better place.
Damn, dude.
That'd be great, though. She's like, yeah, thanks. I'm just not a fan of that kind of car.
Yeah. It doesn't, it doesn't make me look as cool as I want to look. And yeah, the car's about 10 years old, but it was in great shape, and it's a Toyota. And of course, Toyota's known you can run those babies forever. So he could have got at least a few $1,000s for it. What a great gift. And, he was just like, look, this is worth much more to her than it is to me. And when Kayla got back to the dealership, she didn't believe it at first. She's just like, are you serious?
I can't afford that. Not with 2 part-time jobs and trying to pay for school. I was just crying and I didn't know what to do. I was shaking because it's something so unreal. It's a whole car. How can someone be so generous to give their car away? When you think everything is really gonna come to an end, just be patient because anything is possible.
Yeah, that's a nice thing, huh? I hope that she ends up having that attitude in life.
Yeah, you would hope so.
That things will work out, even out. Just stay in the game. Just try your best to deal with adversity because we all get our fair share of good stuff and bad stuff as long as we just stay in the game long enough. The coin flips our way once in a while.
Someone posted a Facebook post. Obviously, someone that works at that car place. They said, this happened. Gentleman was buying a BMW, trading in a Scion? Scion? How do you pronounce it? Scion! Struggling student working 2 jobs, wasn't able to finance the car, broke down in tears. Salesperson was consoling her. We all felt bad, but there's not much you could do. She leaves, and then that guy comes up asking if we were able to help her. We say no. She's visibly upset. The guy says, call her back. I want to give her my trade-in.
Damn.
Nuts. So as he buys his car, he's handing over that car, the title, and the keys.
That's my wife's dream.
That's what I thought when I saw this. It was like, this is exactly what your wife is hoping is going to happen, but not with a car, but with a house.
The house. And every time
we're
walking fancy neighborhoods or whenever we were on the beach, she'd be like, oh, you know what? One day, someone's going to come out of that house and hand me the keys and we're going to get to live there. And
I hope it happens, just so that you're so wrong.
I will be. You'd always start an argument. But you know what? She's not wrong.
Does she give out good karma in return, though? Does she help people and give stuff to them, or just in hopes that karma would return that favor?
That's a good question. I mean, she may think she does. I don't know what the hell she's doing.
Give out smiles and good vibes.
I mean,
man.
she opens up her apartment so that people can get this acupuncture treatment because the dude doesn't have an office to practice.
Wait,
in.
what?
Oh yeah, so the apartment is like the clinic.
So she lets people back. So people come over to her place to get poked.
Yes,
naked and poked.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Huh? Where, in the living room, the bedroom? What's going on here, BJ?
Oh, everywhere you want to get poked, buddy. Every place is up for grabs.
No, for real, there's a guy that has a table.
Yeah, they'll bring a table, like a massage table. Set up shop, probably in her master bedroom, and her living room is like the waiting area, and then she's got like a little mini clinic going on.
Excuse me, what?
How's the first time we're hearing about this?
What the hell? Your wife has a business going on in her place?
Well, it's not her business, though. She doesn't get paid.
But what does she get out of this?
Well,
free acupuncture?
I think it's what Vicky said.
Are you making a
I just had a cough.
I think that she's like Vicky just asked a question. She just does it because she feels like these people need this treatment, and the guy needs it, and they wouldn't be able to get treatment if there wasn't a place for this guy to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
When did this start?
Ooh, it's been probably about 2 to 3 years, I would say.
How has this not ever come up?
I don't know. I guess I just.
Is this every day?
Pretty much. When I'm there, when I'm there, he'll go to his brother's house.
Well, yeah, of course he's going to show up when the husband's there.
Well, yeah, I mean, but
he'll poke someone somewhere else.
Yeah, so but I'll go get treatment from the dude, but I'll go to the brother's house because when I'm there, they go, look, the guy wants to go have a nice time. We can't have him down.
He has a different type of poking he wants to do with this lady.
Exactly.
Right.
You're all on the right page in that one.
Wow.
And it's a good karma thing. She doesn't get paid. I don't know how much. I mean, I don't know if he even gives when she gets the treatment. I don't know if he gives her a break or not. I mean,
I would hope.
I don't know. That's her business.
That's just nuts. I mean,
I don't know if he goes there, but hey.
So does she work? Does she then hang out to be like a receptionist for him while people come in? Like, hey, welcome to my house.
Kind of a greeter.
Water.
He's got a few people that if you will, on a volunteer basis, help make sure all of the clerical stuff gets done.
Volunteers?
It's an interesting thing. These people really believe in what this guy does, and they just want to give back to the community is kind of what it is. That's how I look at it.
It seems weird.
It's definitely different. You're right. It took me a while.
As one texter says, it's creepy AF.
Yeah, it definitely is weird, but
I wouldn't want someone coming into my home using it as a business and poking people in my bedroom.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
No.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's her place. Yeah. It's like, she gets to do whatever she wants. But
is she worried about who the hell are these people in her home?
Again, I would think so, but people, she feels like she's doing God's work for people, really, again, it's that kind heart thing. A lot of folks feel like they get a lot of benefit from getting this treatment from this guy. They've had life-changing things where the medical community couldn't cure them, but acupuncture did, and whatever else he does.
Oh, no, I think acupuncture is, I've witnessed it firsthand that this stuff is next level in the sense of things that I never thought it could do, and I've seen people who I believe, and they're not just saying this kind of coming off like some weird, they're not new agey people, and they've experienced acupuncture do some pretty miraculous things. So I get that. Does he at least pay for her toilet paper and people?
He'll cover all the expenses of what people use, all that stuff.
I can imagine she's flying the toilet paper. Yeah, I don't know why that's the biggest issue in my head, but
pays part of the electric bill, if not the whole electric bill, for the same reason because there's a lot going on.
Someone's like, this is totally a cult. The cult of poking.
Yeah, well. I don't know why this guy can't afford his own space, but it is California. It's expensive. And so I think his attitude was, look, if I'm not going to rent a space, it's too expensive because I'd have to charge people more. So I won't do it at all. But people believe in this. You have to understand with a lot of Asian culture, old school Asian culture, the idea of chi and the idea of meridians and the idea of all this, they believe just as much as we believe in going to the regular doctor.
Sure.
So most of the people that he sees are Asian.
Okay.
So, and then of course my wife and some of her friends who are American really have bought into this whole idea of this kind of healing, this holistic healing. But he wouldn't do it if he didn't have a place. And, the Asian culture isn't as rigid as we are when it comes to, of course, who cares if you go to a house to get treated? You don't have to go to a doctor's office. They just have a whole different standard of doing things in life than Americans. And I've had to really come to understand that because I mean, Vicky, you probably know. I mean, there's a lot of things in the Mexican culture that where Americans go, well, there's no way we should do things like that or live like that or have things like that. But, you know, in Mexico and other places, they go, oh, we're doing it that way. It's not a problem.
Yeah, like, for example, a lot of people just buy a big house and have, you know, their kids live with them and their grandkids, the cousins and aunts, everyone, grandparents are living in one house.
Acupuncturist.
That was a problem for me for a long time.
I bet. How old's Dr. Pokey?
Oh, God, he might be close to 80.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, which is unbelievable because the guy is in great shape and he's an old dude.
Okay. He's obviously, I mean, he's 80. He's maybe a few years left in him. You know, 20, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like he's probably in his 60s.
What if he wills her his house? Then everything comes full circle, and she gets that free house.
The only chance, I think.
That? Yeah, I mean, it's very possible.
Can you imagine?
Very possible.
No, I can't imagine, but it would be amazing if it did happen.
But that's that good karma. Like, she doesn't have to do that.
No,
and it is an inconvenience. I mean, I talked to her, and she busts her ass, and even she's like, gosh, you know, I really wish that I'm not doing this, but I know it's good for the people. And I'm like...
Can't they work out like a rotation, like her and all of her Pokey friends? Like, you know, Dr. Pokey goes to this place on Wednesdays. Dr. Pokey goes to your place on Tuesdays.
I'll tell you, Steve, my trouble in life has always been getting in other people's business. And so literally it is her business. And I go, look, as long as you feel
your choice.
I'm like, if you don't feel like you're being mistreated, I'm going to stay out of it. Whenever you need a champion to come in, you let me know. As opposed to I would insert myself in situations where people go, I don't need you to be a jerk. What are you doing?
Right, yeah.
You know, and
you don't want to mess with Dr. Pokey.
No, you know, well, I mean, I just don't want to mess with her. She seems to be happy, so Vicky. Yes, I think she's doing a lot of good karma stuff by letting that clinic ever be her house.
Awesome.
So I'm hoping somebody gives her a house for that. Yeah.
Why doesn't he use his own house?
That's one texter asked that too. Good question.
Does he not have a house?
That's a really good. I don't know. He's like the man of mystery. I don't know what the hell he's got. He
probably lives in one of the other people's houses.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he doesn't use his own place, or if he doesn't have a big place, he might just have a studio. He's like one of these guys that doesn't need a lot in life. You know, he's like the old school.
Because he gets everyone else to do stuff for him.
Does he show up like a little briefcase of like needles?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, it's weird.
This sounds very safe
it's weird
and sterile.
He's going to will her. He's going to will her a cardboard house.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird to all of us, but this is something she believes in, and what am I going to do? You know what I mean? And there are
well, I mean, you are paying for the place. I guess you could say, I don't want this to happen.
Well, but if it makes her happy, and if she's, and there are people that are getting helped out that really nobody else can do anything for them. People with like these maladies that people go, the doctors go, there's nothing I can do for you.
Maybe one of those people would just will your house to your wife.
Yeah,
and she's providing the home for them to have this happen.
He's kind of in the world of Dr. Bob, but because, and I don't want to be stereotypical, but the Asian culture just isn't as big on formality in certain business aspects as we are. So I don't think he thinks it's a big deal. He goes, I can do this anywhere. You heal anywhere. You don't need a special medical building to heal, and you heal wherever you can heal, is his sort of attitude. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that the Asian culture thinks that's strange. And he used to do it in Bellevue. That's how she got to know him. He used to do it here in Bellevue. And
did he follow her out there? Like, hey, I hear you're out there.
No, she actually followed him out there because he went. He started back in the day down in California, then came up here to Washington, then ended up back in California.
So this is the guy that has helped her with her after the car accident.
Exactly.
Now it's starting to make a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Still crazy.
Oh, it's crazy by my standards.
But it's less crazy than I originally thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you know my wife, my wife used to live with the Hare Krishnas. My wife is she's just off the grid in the way she lives. Like most Americans look at my wife like, what is going on with you?
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. What's the difference between filing for bankruptcy and credit counseling?
Credit counseling is a useful process in some circumstances, but it does show up on your credit. In fact, from a credit scoring standpoint, credit counseling shows up just like a bankruptcy, so it's going to affect your credit as negatively as filing bankruptcy. In credit counseling, the idea is that a credit counselor works with your creditors on your behalf to try to lower interest rates or work out payment plans with your creditors to pay back your debt over time. In credit counseling, you almost always pay back 100% of the debt, sometimes at lower interest. interest. And of course, some creditors will participate in that process and some won't. So you're usually left with kind of a mixed result with credit counseling and, of course, a high payment.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Today tastes like game day at home, like assigned couch seating, like coffee table dining, and an ice-cold Coke to cool down the heat. Today tastes like watching football is supposed to, and it never tasted this good. Coca-Cola, together tastes better.
Football season is here. That means it's time to load up on some delicious ice-cold Coke. Pick up Coca-Cola today.